Finished? Finished? Come on, make it fast. Finished? We are don't waste your time. We are continuing the functional classification of types of networks. And now we are moving to the second type of network in functional classification, and that is called as peer-to-peer networking. Now what is this peer-to-peer networking? Should I start? Acha, listen. Before teaching you the concept of peer-to-peer networking, I would like to tell you, not a story exactly, but a story-like example. Okay? Listen to this very carefully. Here Miss one Abhirami, she is in IPCC, right? Okay. And let's say that Miss Abhirami is expert in financial management. That is, there is a subject of financial management, and she loves that subject like anything. She knows each and everything about that subject. She need not study that subject. She never studies that subject. Whatever she sits for the lecture, she understands everything, and she can solve any damn problem in financial management. Okay. Then there is one Miss Janani. She is expert in costing. Expert means don't have to study, don't have to look in any book, give any problem. This way she'll give you the solution. She's also in IPCC. Then there is one Miss Kirti. Miss Kirti, Kiran. Shah Rukh Khan, Kiran. Okay, Kiran. Miss Kiran is expert. She is also in IPCC, and she is expert in taxation. She doesn't worry. People are worried whether to allow this or disallow it. People take coin, allow or disallow. She is very confident. This is allowed, this is disallowed. She knows all the amendments. She knows all the rules, everything. Just give the problem and the solution is ready. And then her neighbor Divya. Divya is expert in advanced accountancy. All these are valid subjects, na? Now all these 4 girls are in IPCC. No one has cleared IPCC till now. They are pursuing it. But while pursuing only, they have expert knowledge. Now one fine day, these 4 girls decide that we will do group studies. Okay. So what happens is everyone is coming at Abhirami's house. Okay. Everyone is coming at Abhirami's house. Sorry. They decide that they will be learning financial management. So who is an expert of financial management over here? Abhirami. So everyone says, Abhirami, we are coming to your residence. Abhirami said, no problem, come. Okay, I'll solve all your problems. Now they all will be learning financial management, and Abhirami is not at all interested in that financial management. She is interested in watching TV. And her favorite is Tom and Jerry. So she's continuously she's watching Tom and Jerry, and others are studying. They're worried, they're in tension, they're looking at reference book, they're looking at the classes material, this problem, that problem. And then Janani is coming to Abhirami. Abhirami, hello, please, listen now. Solve this. Tell me now what is to be done of this one. And she's interested that Tom is behind that Jerry. Hey, wait. Let that Tom catch hold of Jerry. Then that Jerry has been caught on. Tell, what is your problem? This, this, and this. And Janani's problem is solved. Okay. So now in this particular case, in this particular situation or scenario, who is superior? Abhirami is superior to everyone? Okay. But that is only for this day, only for this situation. Next day, they decide, which subject? Costing, to learn costing. So everyone says, Janani, we are coming to your residence. She says, no problem, come. What do you want to learn? Costing, now we'll all learn costing. Okay. And when they start with costing, now Janani is not interested in costing. Not at all interested in costing. Interested means he knows everything, why to study? Others are worried, in tension, and all these things. And Janani is on phone. You know, na? She's continuously on phone. Na? Hello, hi, how do you do? What is happening? And then, she's talking on phone, and Divya is getting excited over there. So Divya she is having a genuine problem in costing, huh? Or she is trying to disturb Divya, she is trying to disturb Janani. I don't know that, but she is saying, Janani, listen now. Listen now, tell me what to do of this. Who is disturbed? So, hey, shh. Tell her what to do about this. Now then Janani gets frustrated. She is having a valid communication. Okay. Then she takes a halt. She says, Janu, just a minute, I'll be back. Hold on. Tell her what is your problem. And then Divya will ask her this. And then, hello, I am back with Mr. X. Now, in this situation, who is superior? Janani is superior. Understanding? Okay. Now, it's the time for taxation. Taxation, na? And everyone will go to Kiran's house. Everyone is working with taxation, and Kiran is not interested in taxation. She is, hold on. Shh, please calm down. She is interested in cooking. That's a hobby maybe. No, I don't want to learn tax right now. You want to learn, you want to study, you study. I don't want to study time. Meantime, I'll follow my hobby. Everyone is having a hobby now. Hobby, Tom and Jerry, hobby. And that hobby, cooking. Okay, so suppose she is cooking maybe chicken biryani. You eat non-veg? Achha, so she is cooking chicken biryani. Now everyone means she is interested in the spices, in the aroma. Those who don't eat non-vegetarian. If I say chicken, you hear Shrikhand. Shrikhand is a type of sweet, pure vegetarian. So those who have problem, they hear this. No, I say chicken, you hear payasam. Chicken, payasam. Payasam is a sweet, na? Shh, please. Now, listen. When she is busy cooking, she is deeply engrossed in that activity. Abhirami goes to her. I have a problem in taxation. This is allowed or disallowed. Then she's getting disturbed. Wait. First, let this cook properly. You just taste this. You eat non-veg? No. Then she says, no. You keep it away from me. Then you stay away from me. Wait. And then her problem, she'll see it, check it out, and the problem is being solved. Again, in this situation, who is superior? Kiran is superior. Now, if you bring them all together, okay, superior in accounts, tax, IT, whatever, but when they come together, can they have higher priority over others? Can they have higher priority over others when they are at a common platform? No. This is called as peer-to-peer networking. In a peer-to-peer networking, there will be nodes connected with each other, and all these nodes are at same priority level. First and the foremost thing is there is no server. There is no server. They all belong to the same level. Okay? They are all interacting with each other. In one specific situation, Abhirami takes the role, or she is leading the role. In the same way, one particular node inside this network for a specific time, for some given situation, will act as the server. So obviously others become client. When they go to Janani's home, she is taking the lead role. So in some another situation, some another node will be taking the lead role or will act as a server, and others will act as client. That is node. So this is nothing but a peer-to-peer networking. Peer-to-peer friends, they are all at same level. No one is having a higher priority or a lower priority. Okay, this is called as peer-to-peer networking. Now, let's try to understand some technical details about this peer-to-peer networking. First and the foremost thing is, in a peer-to-peer network, the PCs are connected to each other without the server. Here, there is no dedicated server. All computers are connected to each other without a server. But in networking, you require a server. So, some of the peer or one of the nodes will be acting as the server. Then, the idea of peer-to-peer networking is, here there are different nodes with different types of data. So, the idea is to pool all these resources. Pooling means sharing. And for that, all these computers come together to form a network. And the idea is also distributing the contents. One particular node might be having some extra information. So, that extra information is required to be distributed. Same is the case which I took with these girls. Miss Abhirami was having extra knowledge, good knowledge of accounts. She wants to, or others want that data, so that she is distributing it. That is nothing but something called as distributing the contents. Now, what are the advantages? The advantage is a simple setup. Why simple setup? Because here there is no server. Server's configuration is a complicated one. Because here there is no server, there is a simple setup. I'll also draw a diagram for peer-to-peer network. I'll give a diagram also for this. So with the help of just a switch and one hub, or with the help of either hub or switch, you will be able to create a peer-to-peer network. And it is very much cost effective. Why, you know? Because you don't need to buy a server. Server is a very costly machine. Normal nodes you buy, you connect them with each other, and that's it. A network is created. So it is very, very cost effective. Now, whenever in a peer-to-peer network, as such there is no server. So there is no question of server breaking down and the entire network coming to stand and still. If one particular node is not working, obviously it won't be affecting the other nodes. Okay, if all 4 girls are sitting together and Divya is not interested in studies, so it will not affect others. You don't want to study, don't study. Okay, but others will be studying. That is nothing but something called as failure of one node will not affect the working of other nodes. And what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages is, in such type of a network, you can have only limited nodes. 4 students can sit together and do group studies. 40 cannot sit together and do group studies. If 40 people come together, you can't study. In that case, you require only a client-server technology. For a class of 40, 120, in your case 500, whatever it is, you cannot study on your own. Okay, you need a person who will sit and control, and that is nothing but the server. So the disadvantage is limited nodes and poor security. Why? Every node is responsible for its own security. There is no server to give them the second level of security. That is called as peer-to-peer networking. And I'll give you a diagram for peer-to-peer networking. Please don't write, don't draw anything. I need to explain this. As we have said that there's no server. So check out. I will be having some nodes. This is node 1. This is node 2. Here we have node 3 and a node 4 with node 5. In the first situation, in a first situation, N1 is acting as the server. So it is connected with N2, N3, N4 and N5. In next situation, N2 is the server connected to N1, N3, N4 and N5. Third situation, N3 is the server connected to N1, N2, N4, N5. N4 connected to N1, N2, N3, N5, and N5 connected to N1, N2, N3, N4. And this forms your peer-to-peer networking. It is not star, it is peer-to-peer networking. Understanding this? So note down peer-to-peer networking. Such a type of artisan, such a type of creator is Raj. And he is having a good number of customers. And his mouth publicity. People come to him. Okay. So for handling these clients, even in this small shop, he is having a computer. Maybe a small laptop, you can say, palm top, you can say. Okay, whenever the customer is asking for order, that name, number, email address, phone number, then what exactly he wants to prepare, that name of the item, then the catalog number and the design number, the weight to be done, okay, what will be the total charge, then what will be the total charge, how much money is given in advance, and how much is required to be given. This record is generated, and that record will be having a record number or a tag number, you can say, and that tag number is given to that customer. He come after 10 days and tell me this particular tag number. Okay, and then again he sits back and he's doing his work, and such customers are coming in. The order has been done, and as soon as he finishes first order, he wraps it and keeps it inside the same cupboard. Next order, next order. Now that person who had given the order, he comes in. He says, is the ring ready? Is the chain ready? So he says, what's the tag number? This and this tag. He'll check on computer. Yeah, it is updated. It is ready. Where it is kept, it will be written in the computer only. So he takes that, he gives it back to the customer, takes the remaining money, and the transaction is being closed over here. Okay. Now this is one particular situation where he is the owner. Okay. And there is a customer. He is the owner and there is a customer, and between them there is one computer, and that is nothing but the interface. That's the interface. That computer is an interface between the owner, that is Raj, and that customer. This is called as single tier architecture. Means there will be only one interface. Okay, there will be only one interface or one computer. Understanding? Now, if Raj performs in this manner, one fine day, no doubt in my mind, there will be a very big showroom of Mr. Raj. Okay. So, after some years at Usman Road, T Nagar, okay, Pothys, GRT, Malabar, Joya Lucas, and Raj. Okay, and Joya Lucas, these, they are small buildings. Raj is a bigger building. Okay, let's not go into all these things. Raj is constructing a 3-story building. He's constructing a 3-story building. Ground floor, South Indian jewelry. That's the biggest section, South Indian jewelry. First floor, Maharashtrian jewelry. Second floor, silver, diamonds, platinum, that type of things. Okay. Third floor, staff quarters. Those people who are working in the showroom, Raj is giving them quarters to live. Okay, social responsibility. And basement, car parking. Understanding? Basement, car parking. And if Raj continues to take money in the same way, like Raj is sitting near the exit, not outside the exit, watchman sits there. It is just near the exit, and people at one time 30-40 people are doing purchasing over there. And if he starts collecting money, then the people will have to stand in long queue. Okay, and they will hate that. For selection, they can spend hours together, but while making payment, it should be quick and fast. And if you start doing in this way, from 3 floors back to 36 square feet. Okay, so what he is doing is, his cabin is on the 3rd floor. Okay, for every floor, he is appointing employees. Okay, so that girl 1, girl 2, girl 3. They are not the sales girl, huh? They are different. They will be having a computer. Okay, when a person is coming out, they will take the packet. I mean to say, the packet comes from within. They'll take the packet, they'll take the money, cash, credit card, debit card, whatever, and the goods are given before the exit. So 3 girls on ground floor, 3 girls on first floor, 3 girls on second floor. Now these girls, okay, the employees will be interacting with the clients or customers, we can say. Okay, they won't interact with Raj now. Because everyone starts interacting with Raj, Raj will be mad with work. So many number of customers he has to attend. He can't do that. So he is, what he's doing? He is delegating this responsibility to these girls. Okay, now Raj is on the top floor and these 9 girls with 9 computers. Now between the customer and the client, between the customer and the employee, there is one interface. Okay. And between these employees and the owner Raj, there is one interface. Getting it? This is nothing but 2-tier architecture. This is nothing but 2-tier architecture because there are 2 interfaces. Okay? There is always a scope for improvement. If you are not sleeping, then there is always a scope for improvement. Raj is now expanding his business. As he was having gold business, now he is entering into real estate market. He is also starting business of shares and debentures. And apart from that, he is also starting business of foreign exchange. Okay. Now, as there were 9 girls, okay, for interacting with customers, new set of 9 girls for interacting with the customers of foreign exchange. One more set of 9 girls for interacting with the customers for real estate. And one more set of 9 girls for, what is remaining? Shares. Now, if you try to understand this example, keeping into mind the previous structure 2 architecture, there will be 36 employees reporting Raj, which once again is not possible. So what Raj does is, he appoints Satya as the business head for gold, silver, jewelry. He appoints Mr. Rahul as business head of Forex. He appoints Mr. Balakumar as the business head of real estate. And he is appointing Nanda Kumar as the business head of shares. Now what will happen, you know? First set of 9 girls will be reporting to Satya. I'm sorry. These 9 girls will be interacting with the customers. That 9 with customers, that 9 with customers, that 9 with customers, right? That becomes the first interface. First set of 9 girls interacting with Satya. Second interface. Second set of 9 girls interacting with Rahul. Again the second interface. It's only the same level, na? It is just bifurcating now. Third set of 9 girls interacting with Balakumar. Again the second interface. And the last set of 9 girls interacting with Nanda Kumar. Again this is the second interface. And all these 4 business heads will be reporting to Raj. And that is the third interface. This is also called as multi-tier interface. Now, this is just the basic conceptual understanding of what is multi-tier system, 3-tier architecture. We need to understand some technical details. This is not the end of the topic. The story is over. Okay, now concentrate. We are now discussing about a single tier architecture. Listen. We are trying to understand the single tier architecture. Now, this particular single tier architecture or one tier architecture will be having only one computer. As we had seen in that example, there is only one computer. and it may be having a very genuine user-friendly graphical user interface. Because anyways, there is no technical person who will be handling this particular computing services. So whatever user interface you require, it has to be very much user friendly. And what's the best? Graphical user interface. Such type of such different types of hardware or system can be required only by a small business. It can suit only a small business, and that was small, that was micro small, 36 square feet only, a very small business. So this architecture would suit a small business. And here he is not buying some exotic hardware components. It's a very basic computer. Everything is on the same platform, on one platform. One platform means one computer is enough for everything. And that is nothing but a one-tier architecture. It can be shown in this way. So I told you that he requires a database. Yes? And then there are various clients, you can say. Client 1. That is the customers, you can say. Client 2. Client 3. Understanding? Getting it? And this is all in one single boundary. Everything embedded together. This is called as what? Single tier architecture. Only one interaction, only one computer. And what is the advantage? Only one computer required. So he need not spend more on hardware and computers. And what is the only disadvantage? Or if there is only one computer, only one person will be able to work with it. That's why we said it is used only by small business organizations. Understanding? Okay, we are now moving to the next one, and that is called as a two-tier system or a two-tier architecture. In a two-tier architecture, we said that there will be one owner and employees. Okay, so this is one tier. Now, here is one owner. Now, this particular owner, I'm not talking about a person now, I'm talking about technology. This one particular owner will be actually the database server. Am I right? Database server. And then here are employees. You can call these employees as client. Here I wanted to call them as customers, also called as client. So client 1, client 2, client 3, client 4, and so on. Okay, and in between these two entities, there is one what? Interface or a division line, we can say. Okay, so this first tier is called as the database tier, right? And this is actually interacting with the customers. Okay, so we call this as presentation tier, because it is interacting directly with the last person, that is the customer. Are you understanding? Okay, so we say in a two-tier system, we have client, that is this client, which is taking care of the presentation tier, and we have the server, which holds everything, also called as the database tier. And there is one interface which will be interacting between these two tiers. That is called as your second type, two-tier. Okay, now what is the advantage? Obviously, it will be having an advantage of higher system performance, because here there is a separation, specialization between execution and storage, right? What this is doing? Execution. What this is doing? Storage. And what is this doing? Execution. Okay, so we have a better performance. And obviously, as you can see, here there was only one user, but here there are multiple users. As in that example, there were 9 girls working in that gold showroom. That is it. Now, what is the disadvantage? Actually speaking, there is no disadvantage, but the number of users, if they go beyond 100, then the capacity might go down. Might go down, it goes down. Okay, because the capacity of the server is full now. And that is called as your two-tier system or architecture. Okay. For the third tier, I need to turn the page. So before that, will you note this down? Break, not now. Wait. Finished? Listen. We are now moving to the next type, and that is called as 3-tier or multi-tier architecture. Now listen very carefully. Hello, don't write. In a 3-tier architecture, hello, in a 3-tier architecture, now you have understood conceptually with that story. Okay, let's try to draw a diagram out of it, and I'll explain that diagram. Okay, let's start with the owner. Raj is the owner. So it is quite obvious that we will be having a database tier. Okay, it is the database tier. Okay. Now this particular database tier, and the second tier was presentation tier. So say C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and so on, right? Okay, here we would have the customer at this end, and before the database tier we have the owner. Now because on this end we have more number of clients or the employees, okay, they all cannot interact directly with the database. If everyone starts interacting with the database tier, it will be very problematic. So we are putting one more. Now this is the presentation tier. This is the presentation tier. Now, because this is more in number, we need to synchronize between them, and that will be done with the additional tier called as application tier. Your application tier would be some applications, application 1, application 2, application 3. Obviously, all will be interacting with the database. And this application, as and when the need occurs, it will be accessed by anyone. And so on. Okay. So here, if we talk in terms of story, here we have the owner, here we have the customer, here we have whom? The employee. Okay, so employee and customer, that is the first, that is one tier, presentation tier. Okay, then between the employee and this will be handled by the business heads. So between this and this, the second tier. Okay, and between the business head and the owner, the third tier. So always database tier is the first tier, it is always along with the owner. Then between the application and the database, there is business head. So application tier becomes the second tier. And application tier is between the business head and the employee. And at the last we have the presentation tier. So this is nothing but your n-tier or nth tier or 3-tier architecture. Here we will be having 3 different tiers. The presentation tier with the employees, the application tier with the business head, and database tier with the owner. Okay, all these 3 tiers are independent layers. So if you are performing on one particular tier, it will not affect working of the another tier. All these are independent and they work on separate platforms. This particular computer will be a very normal computer working on Windows. Okay, whereas this will be working on say Windows NT, and whereas this will be working on some high performance operating system like maybe Linux. Okay, they are all working on separate platforms. They will all give you a increased performance. When there is specialization, there is always what? The performance is higher because everyone is doing their work now. This particular employee will be attending their customers. That's it. So this is working independently. Business head will be handling only his employees. So he is concentrating over there. Okay, and here the owner is getting all the data consolidated together and then he can work with it. So the performance has to increase. Flexibility is also applicable. Any changes required to be made over here, it will not affect working over here. Meantime, they can get the service done through others. That is called as flexibility. Then maintaining is also very simple. Different tires can be maintained very easily. This doesn't require any maintenance. This can be maintained easily. This can be maintained easily. And the same system can be reused. Okay. The owner is reusing the same system again and again. And scalability means you will be able to add this. Add this means what? I can have more number of businesses. So one more application tier will add. Consequently, other presentation tiers will also add. Suppose I am closing down on Forex business. So one application tier will go down, and along with that, the consequent presentation tier will also go down. That is called as scalability. Understanding this part? Yes. Okay. So this is nothing but something called as your 3-tier architecture. Listen. We are now moving to the next topic, that is called as telecommunication networks type based on ownership. How people own the network. On that basis we have different types of network. Okay, we'll start off with the very first one, and that is called as public data network. We are starting off with the very first one, and that is called as public data network. Now what exactly is this public data network? Public data network means, see, a particular organization is having data with them. Whatever data, their organizational data or that data which can be used by others also. In the same way, some another organization must be having their type of data or their data. Other organization, their particular data. So in this way, every organization is having some or the other data. Now, what we do is, all these organizations come together and form a network. As in metropolitan area network, small LANs came together. Small LANs came together. In the same way, here these organizations will be coming together to form a public data network. So multiple organizations come together, right? Now this particular network traffic, networking will be controlled by a private operating agency. Now this will be a small organization who is specialized into offering computer services, networking services. Okay, so all these big organizations, they all come together, and networking between them will be done with the help of this particular private operating agency, who will also keep a check on the network, on the data transmission that is happening between them. Now when such type of things do happen, there has to be some common vested interest. Then only they will come together, otherwise they won't come together. So these organizations come together so that they can take advantage of the data which is available with each other. That is called as data transmission services. And this is nothing but the other name of internet. Various servers over the world are sharing their resources with others. They want to give the data, they want to take the data. So it is all coming up together to form a public data network. Then next one is called as private data network. Now what is this private data network? In case of private data network also, some organizations have to come together. But in this case, the organization's nature would be similar to each other. It will be similar to each other. Say for example, all the pharmaceutical companies are coming together. We have, say, Ranbaxy, then Glenmark, maybe Pfizer, Dr. Reddy's, Glaxo. So all these companies are coming together. When they come together, they can share information with each other. Say for example, Ranbaxy is exploring some new business opportunities in Southeast Asia. But they will be manufacturing drugs which will be curing a specific type of disease only. They can't manufacture everything. But now with their contacts, the other companies will be able to sell the products, because some another disease is coming up, then they are producing those drugs. So this is how similar companies come together to form what? A private data network. So it's an organization of similar type of networks. Then we have a virtual private network. Now what exactly is this virtual private network? Now concentrate. Again, I'm narrating again, not a story exactly, a small example I would say. I am owning a company, and that company is doing research. We collect data. We collect data for ourselves, or we also we are also getting that job which is outsourced by other company. Like for example, there is one Mr. Prasanna is owning one company. And he want to do some research. Will he concentrate on production or on collecting information? So obviously on production. So he is outsourcing the work of collecting data to my company. And my company is spread worldwide. It is doing only small work, but we are having our operations in many countries. So obviously, I am the CEO of the organization and I will be situated in India and a place called as Mumbai. Now, Raj is one of my employees and he is handling the business of United States or that American continent, I can say. Okay. Then we have one Mr. Rahul. He is handling the business of Europe. Then we have one Mr. Balakumar. He is handling the business in the southern hemisphere and that is Australia. We have one Mr. Satya and he is handling the business of Asia. Okay. And last but not the least, we have one Mr. Ram Prakash and he is handling the business of Africa. Africa with all the leaves over there and jingalala, jingalala. Listen, please, boys. He's handling the business over there. Acha. Now, we need to give information to each other. Now, because we are the same company. Okay, you're all the employees, or I won't like to call you employees. I'll call you the members of the company. You're all the members of the same company. It's not a public limited big company. It's a small private limited company. So you all are the members of my company. So you need to give me information. Many a times Raj needs information from me. Balakumar might be needing some information from Rahul. Rahul sometimes needs information from Africa, from Ram Prakash. Ram Prakash might need information from me. I may need information from everyone, consolidated data, such type. Anything can happen. Any type of data transmission can be required. So don't you think we need to be well connected with each other? We should be well connected with each other, right or wrong? So what do you think? Should I have my own network? Should I have my own network? Should I create a own network for me? Should I put up physical wires? One to America, one to Europe, one to Africa, one to Australia and so on. Is it so? No chance. And if I use wireless technology, that is transmitters and receptors, the cost will be so high that it will be higher than the market capitalization of my company. So my business before starting only will stop. Understanding? So I cannot do that. So what should I do? Obviously, I will be going for some existing network. I will be going for some existing network, and that existing network is nothing but internet. Don't you think internet is spread anyways worldwide? That is called as what? Internet. But internet is a public telecommunication network, yes, right? And we are sharing information. Okay, we will share information on internet, no doubt about it. But I won't take anything from internet. I wouldn't like to have any file, any folder, any image, nothing I want from internet. It is just through internet I need data from these people. Same way, whenever I am giving data to them, I won't like to upload anything on internet. I am not bothered about this internet. We have zero social networking. Just I am giving data to these people. Understanding? Okay. So our communication is very much of private nature. We're not exposing ourselves to the other world. And we are not interested in what is happening over there. We are confined to our company, our benefits, our clients. That's it. So this is very specifically a private type of communication which is taking place on a public telecommunication network, that is internet. So such type of network which is a public telecommunication network is treated like a private communication network. So such type of network is called as virtual private network. For us it seems as what? Private. So it is virtually private. But if you see its full capabilities, it is not a private network. Such a type of network is called as virtual private network. Understanding? Getting it? Okay. So that was nothing but telecommunication network based on ownership. Public data network, private data network, and virtual private network. Just finished. Now listen. I have 10 more minutes, and in this 10 more minutes I won't be able to complete any topic, and if I'm not able to complete, obviously I won't start. So it is quite obvious that I'm not starting anything new, and it is quite obvious that I won't leave you before 12:30. So in the last to last lecture, I don't remember, we had drawn a flow chart for accepting and displaying data. Okay. Now we will go one step ahead, where we will accept the data, process the data, and then give the output. Right? So take a problem. Draw a flow chart. Draw a flow chart to accept two numbers. To accept two numbers. Find and display. Find and display their sum, difference, product, quotient, and remainder. Shall I start? Please concentrate hard. This is something new for you. Don't write anything. Check. And please keep your mouth shut. We all know that we are supposed to start by saying now, when the question says that we are supposed to accept two numbers, that means we will be requiring two numbers. So we say set n1 equal to 0, n2 equal to 0. Okay? We have two numbers. Now, what we are supposed to find? Sum, difference, product, total, remainder. So obviously, Nandakumar, wait. So we need to find some output, and output is 5 in quantity. So if I am having 5 different output, I will require 5 different variables. Okay. So I am saying S equal to 0, that is for sum, D equal to 0, P equal to 0, Q equal to 0, and R equal to 0. And because this is processing, it is inside the processing box. It is inside the processing box. Now tell me, what will be the input given? N1 and N2. So I will give the command input. Value will be accepted inside N1 and N2. Once N1 and N2 is ready, I can start the calculations. Means I can start the processing. Now I need not explain, this is basic mathematics. Sum equal to N1 plus N2, difference equal to N1 minus N2, product equal to N1 into will be in this way, asterisk sign, into N2. Quotient will be N1 divided by N2. And for finding remainder, no, there is no modulus, all these things are not allowed. You need to develop some mathematical formula for it. So, R equal to N1 minus N1 divided by N2 into N2. I'll explain this, don't worry. Hey, all this is processing, so it is inside one common box. I said don't write. It is inside one common box. It is inside one common box. Now all the answers are ready. So now it's the time for output. Output will be display. A display will be having N1, N2, N3, N4. We'll be having S, D, P, Q, R, and this should be inside a and then stop. Wait, I have to just explain you this. How we find the remainder? It is N1 minus N1 divided by N2 into N2. Suppose we are dividing 13 by 5. 5 2 times is remainder is 3. Okay. So N1 is 13 minus 13 divided by 5 into 5. Okay. Now check, which is equal to 13 minus, as per Bodmas rule, multiplication or division, whichever comes first from the left hand side. So first I have to say 13 divided by 5. What is 13 divided by 5? What is the quotient? 2. So 13 divided by 5 is 2 into 5, which is 13 minus 10 equal to 3. Are you getting it? So this is the formula for remainder. Getting it? Understanding? Complete this. Just substitute the values, you will get the answer yourself. Huh? Array, 5 1 is 5, 5 2 is 10, 5 is 15 will not go na? Go back to your school days. You are trying to find the calculator answering point. I don't know, that is not the quotient. It is 5 equal parts of 13 you will get. That is not a quotient means it is on the upper side. That's why we are getting.